Hey guys, my name's Marissa. I made this account to share my experience with veganism and to address some common myths that surround this lifestyle. And it is a lifestyle, not just a diet. I hope you've heard that one before. Anyways, I want to make it clear from the beginning that I'm not here to criticize or condemn anybody. I am just simply here to advocate for the animals and to bring attention to problematic behaviors that most have engaged in and many are still currently engaging in. We live in a society where 90% of US food studies are funded by the corporations which sell you those products. And I cite this from Dr. Doug McDougal, who is such an awesome plant-based doctor, and I definitely recommend you check out some of his works and read some of his books. You can learn so much from him. I will add a link to his channel in my description. Let's start off with my own personal story of how I became vegan. I grew up with a meat-eating family, but at age 13 or so, I started questioning eating meat. I don't even like to call it meat because it's not meat, it's animal flesh. So how about we just call it what it is? As an avid animal lover, I started to simply connect that what was on my plate was once a living, sentient creature that had to die for me to eat it. And I just didn't want to eat it anymore. I didn't want to participate in an animal's death, just simply for me to get food. I became grossed out by it, and I stopped eating it. Luckily, my parents always had my back. I started out vegetarian because I hated vegetables and no one could convince me otherwise. I was basically a junketarian. I ate frozen pizzas, 5 cheese garlic toast, pasta, nachos with cheese on it. You name it, it wasn't healthy. With a naturally fast metabolism, I started losing weight and becoming just gaunt and sickly, and it wasn't good for me at all, and I wasn't feeling my best. So, not knowing what I know now, today, at the time, I decided to try going back to meat, thinking maybe it'll help me gain some weight and feel better. Well, I didn't like it. I started trying to incorporate more meat in my diet, but those same haunting thoughts about the animals that were, once alive on a farm, those just came back, and I just couldn't do it. Eventually, I became a vegetarian again, probably maybe 2 weeks or something. I didn't eat meat for very long after that. So after about 2 weeks, I became vegetarian, and I started actually trying vegetables, and to my surprise, I found out that they were bearable. Now I love them. It took me a little while to adjust, but I would never go back at this point. And I also believe that once you start changing your diet to something healthier, like eating more plant-based foods, at first you might not feel like you like it, but I think our body rejoices, and I believe that you start loving it, and you start loving the taste, and your body starts craving that. When I wake up, I just crave that green smoothie, or kale soup, I love it now. Anyways, shortly after I became vegetarian, I found a book on the ground, and it was actually on the ground on the sidewalk in front of my house. Completely weird. To me, it wasn't a coincidence. So, this book is called Skinny Bitch by Roy Friedman and Kim Barnowen. I think that's how you say it. Here it is. And I will also put a link to that book into the description so you can check it out for yourself and maybe order it or read a little bit about it. So this book drastically changed my life. Before reading it, I hadn't really known what the word vegan meant. I may have heard it a few times, but I didn't know the details or what it was exactly. But after reading it, I got so educated on it, and basically the book addresses why eating meat is unhealthy and how cruel the industry really is. Just a quick excerpt from the book. Of the 10 billion animals slaughtered each year in America for human consumption, the vast majority of them come from factory farms. Factory farms that raise cattle, pigs, chickens, egg-laying hens, veal cows, and dairy cows have an enormous amount of animals in a very small space. There are no vast meadows or lush green pastures. The animals are confined inside buildings where they are literally packed on top of each other. Egg-laying hens are crammed into cages so small they are unable to open their wings, and their mangled feet actually grow around the wire mesh floors. This crowded, stressful environment causes chickens to peck at each other and factory farmers, so the ends of their beaks are seared off their faces using a hot knife. Pigs and cows are imprisoned in stalls so small they are unable to turn around or lie down comfortably. Cattle are subject to third-degree branding burns and have their testicles and horns ripped out. Pigs also suffer from branding and castration, in addition to mutilation of their ears, tails, and teeth. They all live in filth of their own urine, feces, and vomit, with infected, festering sores and wounds. To keep animals alive in these unsanitary conditions, farmers must give them regular doses of antibiotics. I will stop here, but that was only a small excerpt of a fairly large book, so if you are interested in learning more, and I really hope you are, because I really do hope that people are interested in what they're putting in their mouths. It's honestly like the most important thing, and it's definitely undervalued, so I totally recommend you check out this book, so click the link in the description, and let me know what you think. I truly believe that there's a reason that this book showed up into my life, as it changed my perspective. And the day after I read that, like after I read it, I was sobbing, and then like the day after, I just dropped animal products, and that was about like 5 years ago, and I have never turned back. So basically, all in all, I was vegetarian for maybe about 3 years and vegan for about 5. So it's been quite a journey for me. It's been a little while since I've been on this plant-based diet and vegan, which is also ethics. So that's how I became vegan. As someone who has been an animal lover all of my life, becoming vegan was really natural and easy for me. And now it's even easier with all the plant-based alternatives that are out there. I mean, there's basically a substitute for everything. You name it, there's a plant-based version of it. I understand that it won't be easy for everyone, but for me, my passion for animals took over, and I never had a problem at all with dropping all animal products out of my diet. In fact, I felt so much better than I ever have before, knowing that I'm not contributing to the cruelty that animals undergo. And also, I started off being vegan for the ethics because I loved animals, but after a while, I realized how good I felt, and I started looking into nutrition and becoming really fascinated with nutrition. And then I learned that a plant-based diet is the best possible diet for human health, and that explained why I was feeling so good. I hope you guys enjoyed my story, and stay tuned for some more upcoming videos. I'm going to start uploading videos every Sunday, and I'm going to go over typical responses that the vegan community gets from meat eaters, and my response to that. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay cruelty-free. Let me know your story of how you became vegan, or if you're not vegan, feel free to ask me any questions or just comment below. Thank you. Bye.